This today I'm going to talk about surrender. Surrender is one of the hardest things I ever had to do in my life. Um, when it came to surrendering to alcohol, it was one of the hardest things I had to do. I was always brought up not to surrender, not to quit, never give up. And unfortunately, alcohol is one of those things that I could never give up. I was, no, brought up. I went in the Marine Corps at 18. I was 137, actually 127 pounds. I was a double, what they call a double rats private. I had to fight for everything I had to stay in the military at that time, to gain weight. I was always scrawny. I always had to fight for everything. So when it came to surrender, that was a no go. And I did try to surrender to alcohol a few times, but I was surrendering because other people wanted me to. And that's another thing that didn't work. I could quit for a couple days, but then I'd go right back into it. I could tell myself I was only going to have one or two drinks, and then I'll be a 12 pack in or more, depending on how many cans of beer I had at the house. I mean, the more I had at the house, the more I drank. But about 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago in September, I decided to surrender on my own terms. I woke up one day and decided I had enough of this shit. And I had to admit to myself and to God and to my family, which already knew that I was an alcoholic, and I am still an alcoholic. Um, that's when I decided to turn myself in and go to rehab and find my higher power. I've always believed in my higher power. My higher power is God. Um, I really have no problems with believing in that. As a Catholic, I have a hard time with what's going on in my church leadership right now, but that's a different topic. But as far as surrender, that's the first time in my life I think I ever surrendered to anything. I mean, I've been through divorces, I've been through bad breakups, um, you know, all kinds of trivial things and things in life. I mean, I've been to war, all kinds of stuff, and I never surrendered. I've always gave it my best at everything I've ever done. So, as far as surrendering to alcohol, I'm giving it my best every day not to have another drink. That is my surrender. That is my version of surrender, is not surrendering to the alcohol. I surrendered to my higher power, and my higher power will keep me in check from drinking alcohol. And when it comes time to meet my maker one day, I want to meet him sober, and I want to go out of this world sober when that time comes. But until then, I'm going to live every life to its fullest, sober. And life has been great for the last 3.5, 4 years as a sober person. I have more respect for my coworkers. I have more respect for my family. My kids look up to me. They don't have to see drunk daddy, and things are falling into place. I mean, last year, well, I guess in the last 3.5 years, I'll say, but being sober, I was able to purchase my wife a car. Last year, I purchased us a home, and this year, I purchased myself a truck that I've always wanted. I've had trucks in the past, and I let one go, and I was always resentful that I gave that truck up. But by being sober, I'm allowed to have these things, and these are my rewards for being sober. And if I don't maintain my sobriety, I could lose all of this in a blink of an eye. It won't take long. I've seen other people go back out there, and it's not worth going back out there. So, big book, go to AA meetings. As a combat vet that suffers from PTSD, I also go to a warrior group built that happens on Tuesday nights and at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're a combat vet and we'd like information about this thing that we do, please reach out to me, and I'll get you connected to the right person. And this is a good place also to help with growth through sobriety, with PTSD, with anxiety issues, depression, all those different things that I suffer from. AA and this group that I belong to with Warrior Built has helped me with my post-traumatic growth and to have control over my urges to want to drink. I'm on a mission in life, and that is to stay sober. And that's what it came down to. I had to have a warning order put out for me to follow to maintain a sober life. And anybody can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. And um, if you're down in the dumps, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and get up and reach out and seek the help that you need. Now, surrender is not giving in to your inner demons either. Had a coworker last month committed suicide at work. And please, if you're having those type of thoughts, please reach out. Contact the Veterans Crisis Hotline or contact somebody that you can trust, any medical expert, a good friend. Please, I beg of you. This is like the fifth suicide I've had to deal with since 9/11. I lost a good friend right after 9/11. He couldn't take it no more. We worked at the airlines, and he got in a fight with his dad, and he blew his brains out with a shotgun after he slammed the door in his dad's face. And I don't want to go through that again with any of my friends or anybody I know. So if you're suffering from suicidal thoughts, please reach out. Get the help that you need. I'm here to help you. I know there's a lot of people out there that are willing to help. You just need to find someone that will listen, and I'm here to listen. So just remember, it's one day at a time. And like I always end these things, let's keep the people that are out there still suffering in our prayers. And hopefully one day they'll find the help and support that they need to get sober and to move on to a better life. Thank you.